So this will be my next video presentation with regards to the second propositional equivalences, which is the associative property. So under associative property, there are two cases involved. The first case is with respect to the disjunction connective, while the second case is with respect to the conjunction connective. Okay, and for the first case, it is given by the equivalence P, or the quantity Q or R is equivalent to the quantity P or Q or R. Okay, while the second case, this is with respect to the conjunction connective. Alright, so it is given by P and the quantity Q and R, which is equivalent to the quantity P and Q and R. Now take note, guys, that our major concern here is to prove, alright, is to prove whether or not this holds to be true. So to be able for you to prove, we need to recall the following rules under disjunction and conjunction. So let's just have a short review with regards to the rules of the two given connectives under associative property. So when we are talking about conjunction, if we want to prove the statements under, or the compound statement with respect to conjunction, please note that the truth value of that compound statement with respect to the conjunction is true if both the two statements involved in the conjunction operation are also true. Two it is false. So take note, that is all about conjunction rule. Alright, so sabi dyan, if two or if two truth values taken from the two statements are both true, then automatic the compound statement that which involves the conjunction will be true. Otherwise, if one is false, one is true, or both are false, then the truth value of that compound statement with respect to conjunction connective will be false. So that will be the rule under the conjunction. For the rule under disjunction, please note that the compound statement P or Q, alright, P or Q is true if at least one of this P or Q is also true. Ang tandaan natin, there should be at least one true on these two given statements with respect to the disjunction connective, so that we will be having a true truth value under the compound statement P or Q. So these are the two important rules under the with respect to the conjunction connective and the disjunction connective. However, there is an additional rule under disjunction. If both are false, then automatic the rule or the compound statement with respect to the disjunction is also false. So at least one is true under the disjunction operation. So let's try to prove now. So this will be our major concern in this video presentation, to be able to prove the two cases involved in the associative property with respect to the conjunction and disjunction. So, of course, to be able for you to prove if these two compound statements are really equivalent from each other, we will be still utilizing the truth tables. And what is presented to you on the notepad are the truth tables of the two given cases under associative property. So the upper portion, the upper table, this is the truth table of the conjunction under conjunction operation, while the table below is the truth table of the disjunction with respect to the disjunction operation. So since we have presented disjunction as the first one in this case, so we will be concentrating on the table below. Alright? So, of course, in this case, we are trying to prove that the statement P or the quantity Q or R is equivalent to the quantity P or Q or R. So we need to have three statements in this case, or in this case, we have the statements Q or P, we have the Q and the R. So what we will do first is to for us to know, for us to identify the truth values of the compound statement on the left side of the given equivalence, then later on we will concentrate to the right side and try to observe if the truth values of these two given compound statements are the same. So if they are not the same, then we can say these two statements cannot be or is not equivalent from each other. If they are the same, if they have the same truth values, then we can say automatically that these two compound statements with respect to disjunction connective under associative property holds to be true. Alright? So we will be setting values under P, Q, and R. So we have P to be TT, FF, TT, FF. Under Q, we will be setting truth values as TF, 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 TF. For your R statement, we will be having TFF, TF, TTF. So this will be the truth values of your R. Since on the left side, as you can see, on the left side, we need to consider first Q or R. Alright? We need to consider first Q or R, since what can as you can see in the given equation or equivalence, it is enclosed by a parenthesis. So we need to simplify first. We need to find first the truth value of your Q or R on the left portion of your equivalence under disjunction operation. So Q or R will be the truth values of the Q or R will be identified first on the left portion of the equivalence. So as you can see, we have given now or identified now the truth values of your Q or R, which is located on the fourth column of the disjunct of the second table. We have TF, TT, T, T, TF. Alright, so how did we get these truth values of your Q or R? We will base it from the statements Q and the statement R with respect to your disjunction operation. So ano ulit yung rule natin under disjunction operation? The two compound statement Q or R is true if at least one of this Q or R is also true. Otherwise, it is false. So as you can see, both true Q and R natin, so that's why true yung first row natin under yung first truth value natin ng Q or R. In the second one, both are false. Okay, both are false. So wala tayong naipakitang true dito. So therefore, false ang ating statement under this compound statement. So for the third one, we will be having true to be Q and false to be R. So the truth value in this case, since we are talking about disjunction, is true, since one is true on that particular compound statement. For the fourth one, we have FT. Okay, FT means false. The Q statement is false, while the R statement is true. At least one is true in that case, so therefore we will still be having true statement under the compound statement Q or R. For the next one, we have TF, the same with the third row, so still that is true. FT, okay, that is the same with the fourth column, that is also true. Both are true in that case, so therefore the compound statement Q or R is also true. And for the last row under Q and R, we have F to be Q, F to be R. So if we are trying to connect them using the disjunction, it will still give you a false statement. So these are now the truth values of your Q or R statement, which can be located on the left side of the first case of the associative property with respect to the disjunction operation. Now, we are now ready to connect these truth values to your P statement. Okay, this is in the yellow, colored yellow. Okay, this is in the colored yellow. So we have P or the quantity Q or R. We have already identified the truth values of your Q or R, which is given by the fourth column of the table below, okay, table below, which are TF, TF. Okay? Connect this to your P. So your P statement is T, while your Q or R compound statement is T. Referring to the rule under disjunction connective, at least one is true, so that we can say it is true statement. So this, since these are both true, so automatic, it is a true statement. Next, for the P to be true and Q or R to be false, one of these statements is true, so therefore still true. True until the second to the last row. However, in the last row natin, yung P natin is false, and also yung Q or R natin is also false. So therefore, we don't have any true statements between these two statements that we are talking about. So therefore, this will be a false statement under the conjunction or under the disjunction operation or connective. So for the truth values of the P or Q or R, it will be TTF. Okay? So yan yung magiging truth values natin under the left portion of the first case. For the right portion, we will be simplifying first or finding first the truth value of the enclosed parenthesis, which is P or Q. Okay? Now take note, guys, that we are referring to the table below. Okay? So don't mislead. We are referring on the table below. So P or Q, we will connect P together with Q using the disjunction operation. So P is true, Q is true. Using the rule or following the rule, at least one is true, so that we can say it is true compound statement, so that is true. P is true and Q is false. That is in second row. We will connect them through disjunction operation. So one is true, so therefore we can say it is a true compound statement. Together with the third row, which is F to be P and true to be Q, we will be having true. Both are false, so in this case, we'll be having a false compound statement with respect to the disjunction operation or connective. Both are true on the next row, that's why it is true. TF will be true, FT will be true, and FF will be false. Okay? FF will be false. So, anong gagawin natin dito? We will again connect it to your R statement using the disjunction operation. Okay? Now, as you can see, your R operation or your R statement have truth values TFF, TF, TTF. Okay? You again combine it or connect it to your compound statement P or Q, so that we'll be having truth values under the right portion of that given case under associative property. So P or Q is true, connect it to your R statement, which is also true using the disjunction operation. So one is true, or both these are true, so therefore we can say it is a true compound statement. One is true, which is your P or Q, and the other is false, which is your R. Connect them using disjunction, we'll still be having a true compound statement since at least one is true, so that we can say it is a true statement. For the third row, your P or R or your P or Q is T and your R is false, so therefore it is a true statement pa rin yan kasi at least one is true. Your P or Q is false while your R is true, and that will be also be true. Okay? Next, your P or Q is true while your R is false, at least one is true, that is still true. Your P or Q is true and your R is true, that is both true, so automatic that will be a true statement. And your P or Q is true and your R is also true, that is also a true compound statement under the disjunction operation. And both of them are false, so automatic, that will be false statement. So the table below represents now the truth values of the two sides, okay, of the first case with respect to the disjunction. Only the last truth value is false on that case, so therefore as you can see, they have the same truth values, they have the same arrangement, so therefore it holds to be true. Yung first case natin under disjunction operation holds to be true statements. Okay? So let's proceed now to the second case, which is with respect to the conjunction operation, and we will refer to the table above. So I would just like to have another picture for that, so that we will concentrate more on the conjunction operation. Okay, so this will be the column. This will be the column for, or the table for the truth values, the truth table of the second case with respect to conjunction under associative property. So still we are given PQR. Anyway, now if you prefer 16 rows, on that case, kasi there are 3 statements involved, pwede rin. Okay? Mas maganda kapag ilabas nyo lahat. So, kayo na lang maglabas ng mga other truth values ng tatlong statements na yan, kasi we are having 3 statements, so we have learned that for you to be able to know the number of truth values you are presenting, we'll be using 2 raised to n, where n is the number of statements we are trying to study, or to argue. So this will be 2 raised to 3. Okay, what does it mean? If we are raising to 3, this will be equal to 8. So we'll be having 8 statements in this, or 8 truth values in this case. Okay, so wala tayong problema dyan. Let's concentrate more on the truth values of the second case, which is given by ito, P and the quantity Q and R is equivalent to the quantity P and Q and R. So this is the second case. This is with regards with respect to the conjunction property, or so conjunction operation under associative property. So still we will be considering truth values on the 3 given statements, which are P, Q, and R. So under P, we will have the truth values TTFF, TTFF. Okay, ito yon. So TTFF, TTFF. So these are the truth values under P or P. The truth values under your Q will be TF, okay, TF, 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 TF. For the R statement, we'll be having still TFF, TF, TTF. Okay? Now, since we are proving the right or the left portion of the given associative property, which is P and Q and R, so ang gagawin natin, we first do the enclosed one, or the enclosed parenthesis statement, which is the Q and R. So, for now, we will concentrate to the rule under conjunction. Please note, or please recall, that the rule of the conjunction is the compound statement P and Q is true when both P and Q are true, otherwise it is false. So, kanina dun sa disjunction, at least one is true. Pero ngayon, dapat dalawang statements ay true para masabi natin that it is a true statement. Otherwise, if one is true or both are false, automatic these are false statements. Okay? So, since we are concentrating on Q and R, so we refer to the truth values under Q and R. Okay? So as you can see, TT, both are true, so automatic true ang statement natin na Q and R. Okay? TFF, both are false, automatic that will be a false statement. From TF, which is the third row, okay, up to FT, TF up to FT, this will be a false statement kasi at least one is true, one of which is false. So that automatic, these are false statements. For the second to the last column or second to the last row, these are both true. Okay, so automatic, this will be a true compound statement with respect to conjunction. And for the last one, they are both false, so automatic that will be a false statement. Okay, so this will now be the truth values of the Q and R. Okay, we are now ready to connect it to your statement P, again with respect to your conjunction connective. Ito and ito. Okay, so i-clear ko lang, I repeat, we will now connect this statement P to your compound statement Q and R with again respect to your conjunction operation. So your P is true and your Q and R is also true, so automatic that will be a true statement. Okay? Your T is still, or your P is still true and your Q and R is false. One of this is true, one is false, automatic that will be a false statement. So ganon until the last part or last row of our table. So lahat ito, okay, lahat ito except yung first row natin will be false statements, or will be false statements in that case. So we have only the first row to be true on this given truth values of P, Q, and R with respect to your conjunction operation. So this will now be the truth values of the left portion of the second case, okay, with respect to your conjunction. Let's proceed now to the right side, which is given by the quantity P and Q and R. Okay, so as you observe, we enclose P and Q by a parenthesis. So we need to work first on that portion. So we need to work first P and R. So how did we get these truth values? We refer to the truth value of your P and we refer to the truth value of your Q with respect to your conjunction connective. Okay? So again, we are talking about conjunction, so at least one, okay? Or sorry, both of these statements should be true. So sino lang yung true? True, ano pa? Yung true dito, wala na. So only yung first row natin and yung fifth row will be true statements. So yan, yan, and ito. So these are only the true statements under P and Q. The other are all false. Okay. Now we have already got the truth values of our P and Q. We are now ready to connect it with your R. So P and Q papunta kay R statement with respect to conjunction. So still the same rule. Ang gagawin natin dyan, we connect it, yung true statement under P and Q to the true statement under R. So that will be a true compound statement on this statement. Okay? So true siya. And the others, okay, false, true, false. These are now holds to be false statements. Okay, false lahat yan. That's why itong statement dito are also false. Okay? So ang gagawin dyan is to describe, okay? Describe what are the truth values on the left side and what are the truth values on the right side. If you will observe, or if you can observe that the arrangement, the truth values are the same, totally the same, then automatically we can say that the statement under this associative property with respect to the conjunction operation holds to be true. Okay, it holds to be a true statement. Itong statement na ito, equivalence na ito, this is a true equivalence, since as you can see based from the proof with respect to the truth table, it presents the same, totally the same or equivalent or identical truth values of this left side and right side of the given equivalence. So I hope you understood how to prove, associative property with respect to disjunction and conjunction. So this is all about the associative property of propositional equivalences. So I hope you have learned something to this video, and please wait for my next video presentation with regards to the next rule, okay, or to the next property, and this is all about distributive property, okay? Distributive property on propositional equivalences. So thank you again for watching to my video, and have a good day.